Hi everybody, we're going to do an upper body routine and we're going to use a band. If you don't have a band, you could use light weights or tins of beans if you don't have those. And I hope you feel fit and well. Let's just think about our posture though. Shoulder blades back, just roll them back. Bring the pelvis into neutral, tucking it under. Draw up through the pelvic floor. At the highest height of your pelvic floor, draw in that navel. So now we're teamed together. Let's start to focus on the breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth, through to the ribs and through to the spine. We're going to just start to warm up through the neck, so we're going to grab the hand, pull the neck over without shifting through the shoulder girdle. I want you to breathe deeply into it. Carefully place back, then switch, grabbing the other side. So keeping the shoulder blade down, you're working through the neck, and you're stretching this arm down to the floor. So you're trying to resist it like an elastic band. Breathe deeply into it, especially if there's tightness. Carefully place back, and let's do some chin nods, chin to chest, and I want you to look all the way up. Chin to chest, look up. So just think about that direct line that you're drawing up and down. If looking up is making you dizzy, just do chin nod to neutral here. Last one. Okay, let's pick up your band and pop it underneath your feet. We're going to start off with shoulder shrugs. So put your required resistance on. We're going to lift up the shoulders, pulling them back, then drop. Squeeze and drop. So even though we're working around the shoulders, this works on strengthening through down the sides of the neck. Working through the rotator cuffs at the top of the shoulders. And we're really thinking about bringing that posture back to neutral. The more we apply strength there, the more the muscles will sit in the right place. I want you to make sure that you do keep your core on throughout, because a lot of it is teamed with abs. So even when you're moving your arms, you should feel those abdominals working. It's all about core connection. Okay, we're going to take it to shoulder rolls back, roll them, lift up and roll. Let's go forward. So I'm teaming with the breath. I'm letting the breath lead the moves. And I'm really thinking about that mind to muscle connection. Really important when you're trying to grow the muscles. Okay, we're going to start to team with the shoulders. So we're going to exhale, open, add resistance and slowly down. Now if you don't have a band long enough, just put one foot in, step the other one back, and then you'll have a little bit more band. You might just be holding between the thumb and forefinger like me. You don't want to be throttling the circulation by keeping the band tight, so keep it as loose as you can. So you can really connect to the muscle, not to that. Try not to squeeze your neck, because when your neck's out of alignment, when you're working shoulders, you'll start to really feel it there. Now you need to try your best to stay as relaxed as you can through that area. You can always shoulder roll out if it gets too much. Last one. Now we're going to do halfway pulses. So I'm putting a little bit more resistance halfway, and squeeze and squeeze. Working around that deltoid cap, around the shoulder cap. And release, let's shoulder roll out again. Okay, we're going to take it to a bent over row. So we're going to have nice flat back. You're going to put a little bit more resistance on. Grab lower down towards the band and drive up with those elbows. And we're really going to work on squeezing through the shoulder blades. So I'd probably do a couple of second pulls here. Imagine you're trying to push a pencil between them. We're really thinking about the back wall. You're drawing those elbows in. Nice flat back, bum sticks out, squeeze it, drawing the abdominals. Then reset yourself, well done. So now we're going to take it to tricep kick back. So we're going to come back over to our bent position, come to your 90 degree, and we're going to extend and stop at the hip. So these are really important muscles, triceps. Quite often people are weaker in this area, but they should be stronger more than the bicep at the front of the arm. That's because they're very in control of the shoulder rear rotation. These will help to sit your shoulder blades back rather than coming forward, especially if you have an office job. That's a posture you will adapt. The more we can keep the strength here, the more we can help pull them back into alignment. And release. Let's shoulder roll out again. Okay, loosen the band a little bit. We're going to take it to bicep curl. So palms face forward, elbows back, and we squeeze. Show you from the side. Elbows back, palms face forward, squeeze. I want you to lift with your chest proud. The more we keep those elbows back, the more we're trying to create the posture that we want. We're training those muscles. If you need to come out early, you know you can. And release, shoulder roll out again. Okay, so loosen the band, put in between the thumb and forefinger, and we're working frontal raises. Still part of the rotator cuff muscle. We're going to exhale up, keeping the shoulder blades down, and draw back. I'll show you from the side. Two more. Last one. Okay, going to face forward again. I'm going to hold it thumb and forefinger but palms face in, and we're going to take it to spine twist. So we're going to rotate, centre. Remember to keep that pelvis forward. Don't worry about if you're not going round too much. Let's just think about that stability. Stretch the spine towards the ceiling. Now if you start to feel it in your neck, maybe do spine twist without the band. And release, shoulder roll out. Okay, I want you to put the band around one foot. So put both feet around, but you're still having the band in one side. Now you're going to bring the band across the body with palm faces in. And we're going to exhale, open, add resistance and fold. Exhale, bring the elbow back and fold. So we're really targeting around the forearm. We're working on correcting the shoulders, especially if you have trapped nerves. Now let's just look to the right with our neck. Then we return to the centre. Turn your neck as you elevate the arm. Reset the neck. Shoulders and neck, very strong connection. Two more. Last one. And release. Okay, so we're just going to switch that band to the other arm. We're going to hold it, both feet in there, go across the body in a diagonal position. First we're just going to start off with that lateral raise with the bent arm here. Now let's work on rotating. You'll find it's less pressure off the shoulder by working through the neck at the same time. Now you must keep the core really tight because you'll feel a strong connection in the abdominals. If you're not feeling that strong connection, you really need to think about them. You really need to think about pulling it in. Make sure you're still drawing up through the pelvic floor. It will increase a flatter tummy, so it'll draw it in more. And release, shoulder all out. Well done, super work. Okay, we're going to put both feet in the band now, and we're going to work upright row. So remember, you can always just have one foot in. So palms face in. We're going to go higher than the shoulder with the elbows, but no higher than the chin with the hand. You can have a bend, a flexion through the knees and tuck your bottom under. It will secure you more because we don't want to rock through these movements. Rocking just puts pressure on the lower back, but it won't stimulate through the core. And we're always trying to build it. And release, shoulder roll out again, well done. Okay, we're going to come down to the mat and we're going to work our rotations on high kneeling. And if you want to stay standing, stay standing. This makes a stronger core connection. So we're going to exhale, go over. Now if you have a problem coming in reverse, I'd rather you just work to here because we don't want to be lifting the shoulder blades. So go to where you can because in time they will eventually train. Because remember what I say, repeating videos is so good. Also, so you know where you was last time and you can compare it when you do it again. And if you want this as a longer video, you can always repeat it again and do more sets. The more sets you do, the more stronger you become. Because it works on overloading. It works on ripping those muscle fibres, which are very important for growth. you to stay up here now and rotate to a side bend. If you want to stretch out the band, you can to bring in the shoulder, size of shoulder cap, then come over and stretch. Make sure you're still working through the size of the waist though. So let's not think of it being about the shoulders, we need to think about it being size of waist and size of back. Last one. Okay, we're going to stimulate the bottom by doing high kneeling thrusts. So we're going to grab our band in shoulder distance. We're going to sit back and open the band. Then we bring the band back to neutral. Exhale, sit down. Squeeze the bottom to release the hip flexors. Now if you want to start to go a bit more overhead, do so. If you want to bring in those triceps, you push the band on your legs and push back. We can bring lots of muscles in this move. You just need to keep your shoulder blade down if you are going over the head. Going over the head will increase your heart rate a little bit more. The more we increase that heart rate, the more we're getting a better cardiovascular output. The more you will burn more calories. And also we're really training that shoulder rotation. Two more. Last one, shoulder roll out, super work. Okay, so we're going to take it to Superman, and I want you to lengthen the band and pop it under one of the lower legs. Okay, you're going to keep the band in the same side. We're going to come to our all fours. Now you may be just grabbing the band, you don't have to wrap it round. And we're going to exhale, lengthen, so you can either slide the leg or you can lift the leg. But I want you to keep your track in alignment, so make sure you're in all four position. We're working one side. My neck is staying relaxed but lengthened forward so it's in line with the lower lumbar vertebrae. I'm applying really good core connection by drawing up the abdominals towards the spine. I'm locking out my arms so I'm not putting pressure through the elbows, but I'm stimulating through the shoulders. Last one, and release. Let's just shoulder roll out again. So we're going to repeat that move on the other side for a further 10 reps. Make sure you keep your track in alignment. Place the lower leg with the knee on there, swap the arms, same arm, same leg. Think of the resistance you used on the other side. Okay, so you either slid the leg or you lifted it. You're keeping your shoulder blades down into your back pocket, so you're staying as relaxed as you can in that area. As we're bringing in some symmetry. So we're still working a cross chain. Left to right, very important connection. Quite a lot of people don't have this connection through poor posture. So the more we will try and train it to work together, the more it'll start to grasp the idea. Well done, shoulder roll out. Okay, we're going to stimulate the abdominals. It's our last muscle we need to stimulate. bring the whole body back together. Okay, so we're going to do roll back. So we're going to pull the band around our feet. You can either have a bend or you could do straight legs. If you want to stop the band from pinging up, cross it over. Loosely wrap it around. And then we're going to slow and control peel down. I want you to peel up and grow tall. Now the band is helpful, especially if you don't have that ab growth. Don't go down too far where the shoulders or the legs are helping you. You need to think a bit about it all being abs. Grow tall. I really want you to think about that connection in those abdominals. You're peeling that vertebrae. So we're getting mobility there while strengthening through the abdominals. Be really controlled. If you're lifting your legs or using your shoulders, these abs are not going to grow. I'd rather you take it back, even if it's just slightly back. Your growth journey will be so much faster. Four more. When you've done your four, I want you to take that band off. And we're just going to take it to a moving lat stretch. So it stretches the shoulders, the back and the chest. So you're going to place your hands to a shoulder distance. You're going to come to your all fours. And you're going to draw those shoulder blades down to the back pocket whilst you pin those palms down towards the floor. Now if you can push your chest through and look eyes forward, do so. And then we're just going to move it to make it a dynamic mobility. So you should feel all those back muscles really stretching, draw it in, push your chest down towards the floor. The more you drive the chest down to the floor, the deeper the stretch will be. Your eyes are still going to look forward without shoulder shrugging. Still keeping my core on while I work through my stretches, so important, you'll get more out of it. It will relax a lot better if you protect that lower back. Last one. Then I want you to come to a seated position, whichever's most comfortable for you. And we're just going to take the arm across to stretch the shoulders, pull the shoulder blade down. Let's tuck around the elbow, bring the hand around the shoulder blade, pull the shoulder down, and let's get deeper into that socket. Triceps, so if you can't keep your head up, I want you to push there. Take it to bicep, fingers face towards tummy, down. Let's just turn them the other way to stretch the wrists in case you've put too much pressure on them. And then circle it out. Okay, I'm not going to do side bend because I wanted to do that to stimulate the abdominals and want to keep those on. Okay, shoulder. Take the head as far around as you can. Let's tuck under the elbow, draw it round. Tricep. Be aware of how it feels compared to the other side. Let's stretch the bicep, fingers down. Extend the arm fully though. Let's take the fingers up for the wrist. Circle it out, shoulder roll out, and carefully come up to standing if you're down. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that. Goodbye.